I was doing some reading, but I thought I would talk to you guys. So you're just in time for today's message. Today I thought I would talk about something that I feel is very important. If this is the first time we are meeting, my name is Dennis. On this space I discuss self-improvement topics as well as topics that touch on positivity and wellness in the hope that you benefit, and in the hope that in doing this I am an ambassador of positivity and I impact positively. If this is your kind of thing, consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you find that this video gives you a bit of value, then give it a thumbs up. This is something that most people don't realize, actually, the role that it plays and how important it can be in actually making you become a wholesome person and making you become happier as a result. And because of that, I thought I would talk about it today. Being kind to yourself is actually realizing that you're either your biggest supporter or your biggest critique. And being kind to yourself means choosing which side of the fence to fall on, yeah, and that means that you choose to fall on the side of being your biggest supporter, being your best friend. And so that you get my point, let me just delve into the society as it is these days, especially with the rise of social media. So we've actually been fed a lie. The lie that we've been fed is that to be happy, you have to be special, you have to be above average. Other people have to recognize this specialness, for lack of a better word, in you. And so what that means is that you take your happiness and you place it in the hands of other people. It means that other people dictate your happiness, literally. What is the alternative? The alternative is choosing to be kind to yourself. The alternative is saying and reminding yourself that you're enough. The alternative is taking charge of your own happiness and being your biggest supporter. So how do you do this? You're not perfect. Nobody is perfect. So what if you made some poor decision a while back? So what if you failed to meet a certain goal that you had set out for yourself? So what if you're not in the place that you thought you would be at this time? Forgiving yourself is finding the fine balance between striving for something better and accepting yourself. Accepting yourself is accepting that you can do better, you will do better, and not punishing yourself for where you are right now, as long as you're doing something to change it. And that is very important. Something else about forgiving yourself is, and this is something that most of us have gone through, this is something that most of us are going through even right now. You look at yourself in the mirror and you think that you're not enough, you do not look as you would wish to look. You have to forgive yourself and realize that there is more to you than how you look. The average person has thousands upon thousands of thoughts that go through their minds each and every day, and most of these thoughts are never positive. Most of these thoughts are thoughts of castigation. Most of these thoughts are you reprimanding yourself. Most of these thoughts are you holding yourself accountable, which is not bad. Most of these thoughts are you comparing yourself to some other people. So developing your own internal advocate means that you realize that in as much as you have to hold yourself accountable, you also have to be that, and this I said as I started, you also have to be that fan, that biggest supporter, your biggest cheerleader. So in as much as your thoughts may always want to castigate you and tell you how bad you are at something, you also have to be intentional about telling yourself what things you're good at, and telling yourself that things will get better, when you're thinking about how bad things are, you have to be that person that tells yourself that, okay, things are not as I would want them to be. This is not the ideal situation, but I'm working on making things better. And that, for now, is enough. And this is important, because if you do not remind yourself the things you are good at, nobody will. Nobody will. And I think I talked about this in another video. Perhaps I'll find it and attach the link to that in the description below. But reminding yourself of things you're good at will actually improve your self-confidence. It will actually improve how you think of yourself. And to do this, normally I say that just take a piece of paper and a pen, and on that paper, just write down the things you're good at and read those things to yourself. Times were that we used to take pictures to remind ourselves of what we saw. These days, people prefer to see themselves these days than to see where they went to. People these days don't want to remember what they saw. They want to remember themselves as they looked in that place that they went. If you get my point. If you're always looking to take a cool picture in a nice place, then it means you're going to compare yourself with other people. The society these days is rewarding vanity more than ever. If something controversial happens, then it's rewarded. For a song to be popular, to be trendy, it has to be vulgar. But that is false. That is not how you have to be. You do not have to change yourself to fit into this narrative. You are enough as you are. You are special as you are. There are things you are good at as you are, that you do not have to change your whole being to fit into other people's picture of perfect. I hope that this video was helpful, and if it was, kindly share it with someone. Also remember to subscribe to the channel if you've not done so yet. And that's that. Until next time, be the best version of yourself, and I'll be seeing you on the next.